In the days when Israel had no king, and every tribe struggled to survive, God raised leaders whenever his people cried out to him. Some were warriors, some were judges, some were prophets. But at a time when fear and oppression filled the land, God raised a woman. Her name was Deborah. Deborah was a prophetess, and she judged Israel under the palm of Deborah. People came to her with their disputes, their questions, and their burdens, because they knew she heard from God. She led with wisdom, and she led with courage. But Israel was suffering. For 20 years, King Jabin of Canaan oppressed the nation, and his commander Sisera ruled harshly with 900 iron chariots. Israel had no answer for such military strength. Villages were abandoned. Roads were unsafe. The people lived in fear. Then one day, God spoke to Deborah. She called for Barak, a man chosen by the Lord to lead Israel's army, and she told him God's command. Go to Mount Tabor. Take 10,000 men, for the Lord will draw out Sisera to you, and he will deliver him into your hand. Barak listened, but the assignment was heavy. He said to Deborah, "If you will go with me, I will go. But if you will not go with me, I will not go." Deborah didn't hesitate. She said, "I will surely go with you, but the honor of this victory will go to a woman." So Deborah rose. Barak gathered the men, and together they went to Mount Tabor. Below them, in the valley, Sisera gathered his army with iron chariots. Israel had no chariots, no advanced weapons, but Deborah stood firm because she knew what God had spoken. Then she turned to Barak and said, "Arise, this is the day in which the Lord has delivered Sisera into your hand. Has not the Lord gone before you?" Barak charged down Mount Tabor with his men, and at that moment, the Lord himself fought for Israel. The armies of Sisera fell apart. Panic spread. The chariots that once terrorized Israel became useless, and Sisera, their commander, fled on foot, running from the battlefield, running from the judgment of God. He ran until he came to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. Jael went out to meet him and said, "Turn aside, my lord, do not be afraid." She gave him a place to rest, gave him milk, covered him, and when Sisera, exhausted, sunk into sleep, Jael took a tent peg and a hammer, and she struck him, and Sisera died by her hand, just as Deborah had said. When Barak arrived, Jael came out to meet him and showed him the enemy defeated. The Lord had kept his word. That day Israel was delivered, oppression broke, hope returned to the land, and Deborah and Barak lifted a song, giving all glory to God. Deborah was a prophetess, a judge, a leader chosen by God, a reminder that the Lord can use anyone, man or woman, to bring deliverance to his people when they obey his voice. And because of obedience, the land had rest for 40 years.